What's going on, guys? My name's Joey with Brandlift. I'm here with my client Chris, and instead of talking about the results we got him myself, I'm gonna have him talk about it.
Chris Craig here, CEO of the tax firm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I reached out to June of last year to Joey while I was sitting in Puerto Vallarta with my family on a month-long family vacation, and I hadn't ever done any sort of social media advertising at all. It's always been word of mouth business. That's how I've been surviving for 8 years. I had some extra capital. I wanted to see what the rabbit hole would look like. So, I talked to multiple firms and multiple people, but I found Joey partly because he was in Las Vegas and he had a couple of ads that he had posted about his firm that had got like 1 million views in like a couple of weeks. So I looked at his way of doing his mojo was much more raw content, raw and real and funny. I reached out and then I even talked to one to his mentees, was trying to charge me a bunch of money. And I'm like, well, who's your mentor? They're like, oh, Joey's our mentor. I was like, well, why wouldn't I just go with the guy that's doing it? So that's what I chose. So I actually ended up hiring 2 different firms. Joey's firm, Brandlift, was one of them. Compared to the other firm I won't name, both did a great job. But in the other firm, I was spending twice as much money, both in fee and then twice as much money, 3 times as much money as ad spend. Joey lowered my ad spend, and basically the fee is consistent. Anytime you can go 90 days, 2.7 million in rev on $9,000, $10,000 of ad spend, you tell me, that's like 270x. My calendar was booked 6 days. I was only taking Sundays off. So then I had to bring in my other friend who's a sales guy, and I had to have him start calling some of these people. People will book to book. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. Even if you call them 10 minutes before your appointment, they'll tell you they're gonna show up and they don't. So that's the reality of, we'll just call it social media marketing. Well, when I look at, I can spend 10,000, 20,000 ad spend, and because of Joey's magic tricks of what he does and the way he presents the content out there, I know it's gonna grow. That every 10 grand I spend, I'm gonna make 100 or more. This is really for any business owner, small, large, or medium. If you really want to get out there some real raw content for your business, you just can't be scared to do this. You need to just do it because it's going to be expensive for you to grow slow. It depends on your market too. Obviously, my market niche is in tax strategies and tax planning. Now, that market is flooded with every tax guru out there that's not even a tax guru. Some of these guys have no licensing, no credentials, they're just selling plans, right? And you're trying to gain some market share. You need real raw content ads that are it's gonna get people to stop scrolling. Because I was so apprehensive about getting out and doing social media, because then you can create this own persona about yourself. You almost become your own celebrity because you're doing advertising. So with that, you think, oh shit, what weirdos are gonna come out of the works? None of that happened. I don't have stalkers or any of that other stuff. I wish I would have done this years prior. My bank account would be at a much higher balance. But because I waited so long, my bank account balance is lower.